Well, thanks for tuning in for another week or month or episode. It really just depends with this one. It's a Strange Escapes Encounters.
I've been ready for this one for a while, by the way.
I'm your host, Adam.
I'm Rana.
And I'm Soraya.
And we've been really bad with this particular side of it. These are always longer and they just are harder for whatever reason.
Well, and the last month I've been without a voice, and I was like, no, don't make me do it yet.
Yeah, I
mean, we have switchboard problems.
But yeah, so we got a new board, so hopefully this sounds a lot better.
New board, new house.
Yeah,
for a new year.
A new year. Hopefully it'll be a good year.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. It's 2026 already.
Jeez, what happened?
It sounds so weird.
It is
2026.
It's when the aliens are gonna come.
Well, they're already here. They're just still hovering out there.
Well, yeah, they just haven't decided if we're intelligent.
Maybe that's what we're seeing. Those aren't clouds out there.
Well,
Three-eye
so
Atlas.
we have portals to hell as this episode's
gateways,
portals, same fucking thing, man.
It depends on which one you're talking about.
The castle one I sent you,
that is a portal.
Yeah, I would say that's on the portal side.
Yeah, the other two are gateways.
So the first one we have is one in Kansas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called Stull Cemetery.
Stull. I really struggle with that.
Well, it's okay. I have been struggling with Grove. It is
Grove.
Yeah. See, I
Grove.
I did it
we
again.
Went from Grove Cove to Grove.
So the Crove or Grove?
It's supposed to be Grove. I keep saying Cove.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sort of more sense.
So when I say Cove, you know what I'm talking about.
All right.
So this is a legendary gateway to hell in Kansas, which is hell itself.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot of Kansas that I actually enjoy.
There's none of Kansas I enjoy.
It's
well, literally driving from one side to the other, it's hell.
Nightmare.
It's like the urban legends of the American freeway or highways where they just don't go anywhere,
You feel like you're driving and you never get anywhere.
That's Kansas and Nebraska.
It's almost like, those old shows where they'd have the car just sit still and then the background's moving. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Kansas. You never get anywhere. You're in Kansas forever.
Well, I think you have to pay
to go through hell.
Excuse me. You have to pay to even use their shitty highways.
To get through the fastest, you have to pay.
Right. Dude, I broke down on the Kansas Turnpike. And literally, I was about 3 hours away from where I'd started. So it took me about, 3 hours to get back. And then the very next morning, start out with a friend with a trailer to go get my truck. And just in that short amount of time, keep in mind, this is on the turnpike. It's supposed to be all fucking safe and shit because people pay for it. My truck was completely vandalized. They'd cut the cats off. They'd take my mirrors. It was kind of unbelievable. Just how much had been done to it. Just why,
Just overnight.
Yeah.
On the safest highway in Kansas.
Yeah, right.
That's really scary.
Imagine what happens on 35. You wouldn't have had a truck left.
Probably not. They just would have taken
leave
the whole
frame.
No, all the shit in the back would have been on the side.
Yeah, just kick the shit out of the back. Be like, all right, let's take the truck. There's our good deed for the day. We didn't need all this shit.
Would have made your dad happy.
Oh, man. It would have made me happy. All that stuff was dad's anyway. Mm-hmm. So, if I didn't have to bring it back, probably half of it wasn't even stuff that could be used, The
rocking chair that was in pieces.
Yeah, like that. All right. Well, let's hear it.
All right. So, there are graveyards across America, places with names like Bachelor's Grove and Stull Cemetery that defy all definitions of a haunted cemetery. They are places that go beyond the legends of merely being haunted and enter into the realm of the diabolical. They are places said to be so terrifying that the devil himself holds court with his worshippers there. And in the case of Stull Cemetery in Kansas, this is one of the gateways to hell itself, but just how terrifying are these places? While there are a few of us who would challenge the supernatural presence of a place like Bachelor's Grove, there are some who claim that Stull Cemetery does not deserve the blood-curdling reputation that it has gained over the years. A few years ago, it went beyond the realm of merely haunted and achieved the status of gateway to hell.
So which part of Kansas is this in?
I don't remember now. I looked it up at one point in time. I want to say it's, that big college town. Right there on the line, the state line of Missouri. Lawrence?
Oh, okay. I was going to say Topeka, but...
No, it's in Lawrence. So I think this is right outside of that. I'll have to look it up again.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not too far from where we were in Missouri. All right.
So does that mean we kind of drove right by it on our way back to the west?
If you went through Kansas City and hit the toll road and stuff, and you would have gone right by Lawrence, which means you would have gone right by this. My sister doesn't live too far from Lawrence, so she probably lives pretty close to this too.
I wonder, be like, have you visited it? You got to go check it out for us. Send videos.
Or there'll be another trip there. Well, they've blocked it off, and somewhere in here it says they have actually blocked it off to the public. You can't just go in the cemetery anymore. And I don't know if it's in this one or one of the other ones that I read, but because this one has more of the lore, I picked it to read.
Gotcha.
Stull Cemetery and the abandoned church that rests next to it is located in the tiny, nearly forgotten Kansas town of Stull. There is not very much left of the tiny village, save for a few houses, the newer church, and about 20 residents. However, the population of the place allegedly contains a number of residents that are from beyond this earth. In addition to its human inhabitants, the town is also home to a number of legends and strange tales that are linked to the crumbling old church and the overgrown cemetery that can be found atop Stull's Emmanuel Hill. For years, stories of witchcraft, ghosts, and supernatural happenings have surrounded the old graveyard. It is a place that some claim is one of the 7 gateways to hell.
So there's 7.
There's 7.
Does that include that castle?
I'll have to... I don't remember.
Okay.
I'll have to look later.
I was just curious. So like there's this castle in Czech Republic. It's one of the ones I sent her. And
one of the ones we found.
Yeah, I was really obsessed with it for a while.
It's got a history. Like this is just a graveyard, but that has history.
Yeah, a lot.
Lots.
Anyway, I was like really obsessed with it, especially because I was looking into MK Ultra and things like that, and I had actually found this really old document. It had some of the Nazi trials and things in it, and there was a couple of the German scientists that had occupied this castle and had allegedly, of course it's all allegedly, right? Because
because no one wants to claim that it's real.
Well, yeah, I mean the plausible deniability for everything. But anyway, 2 of those scientists that were involved with this castle in World War II were, guess what, on MK Ultra.
Oh my gosh.
So
there's probably a lot of going on with this cemetery.
I mean,
or with the castle.
I personally felt like it tied into some of the MK Ultra experiments, especially if you read about what allegedly the Nazis were trying to accomplish there.
And we'll learn it's a little bit in the article you sent me too, so
okay,
it will go into that. I was just looking where exactly Stull was, and it is basically right in the middle of Lawrence and Topeka, like halfway point.
Yep. Okay, so I was sort of right.
Yeah, like it looks like it's off a decent way, but yeah, it's in that general area between Topeka and Lawrence.
So it's not like it's like a way out of the way.
No,
of civilization. It's right there. So actually, before we get too much further, our youngest daughter is just chilling out in here with us, and like all day.
Are you podcasting?
I was like, yeah, we are. We're going to try to.
Like, I want to be on. I want to say something.
So this is her time to
shine.
To shine, to say something. What do you want to say?
Hi.
A little voice.
Her little flea voice.
Hi.
She's actually older than she sounds. I'm just gonna say that.
She's louder than she sounds.
She's being shy.
Yeah. You want to say anything else?
Tell them how old you are.
I'm 8.
And what's your favorite color?
Purple and pink.
And she is at a really high, in my personal opinion, she's at a really high, writing level for her age. I mean, maybe not actual spelling, but in terms of phrase and wordage. Okay.
She uses big words.
She uses very big words. And more importantly, she knows what the big words mean, which
is very important.
They're used appropriately.
And yeah, used appropriately. She wrote this little story, and I mean, I don't even know,
we stuck it somewhere safe.
Yeah,
I don't remember where.
We've got it. Okay, I was like, no, I'm keeping this. I mean, it was like a murder mystery that she wrote. I don't know, there was killing going on in the forest. But anyway,
I might have a picture of that. I don't know.
Apparently, this guy murdered his bride out in the forest, and
here, hold on. Tell them the story. Tell them what's going on in the story.
So, she went into the forest before they were getting married, and she never came back.
Yeah. And so, apparently other people were, investigating, because that's what we do, right? People go missing, you investigate. And the guy laughs at them nervously. He laughs nervously. You just really have to read the context in which it was used, because it was a little scary, but it completely fit. You know what I mean?
Basically, she fits in with the rest of us.
Yeah, it was a very adult theme, just the way it was written. I was like, wow, that's...
Was the teacher concerned?
I mean, she sleeps in my room sometimes.
You wake up with that little giggle going on, you probably should run.
We've woken up and she's staring
just
at us right in the
hanging
face.
over us, staring. Almost every parent has experienced that from at least one of their children. There's always one in every batch, at least one, that just
sneaks up on you.
They wraith around, and then they're just hanging over you while you're sleeping. They don't say anything. They don't wake you up. They're just there. So when you do wake up,
you won't miss them.
You're awake at that point.
Piss yourself because you didn't see that coming. Or my personal favorite with Ari, and we've mentioned this in some of the others, she sleepwalks, which is also scary as shit sometimes. And my personal favorite is, there's this hallway, and the bathroom, of course, every good hallway has a bathroom in it. We've talked about this. Hallways and bathrooms are always in hell together. And Ari will sleepwalk into the beginning of that hallway and just stand there. All right? Just stand there like a statue. And so here you are, you're getting out of bed. I mean, your bladder's about to explode because you should have gotten up an hour ago. And you're just trying to get to the toilet, right?
She takes care of it for you.
You're trying to navigate the fucking maze of
kids things.
Yeah, of whatever to step on, completely in the dark without turning a light on. And there's the silhouette of a fucking midget in the hallway, and I mean, if you were more awake, you'd obviously know that was Ari, but you're not. You're just trying to get to the bathroom, and there's this, shadowy figure looming there with a freaking blanket over her head that makes her look even weirder. So yeah, she's gotten me a couple times, and I've screamed.
And she's gone when she's doing this.
Yeah,
too.
Completely
there's
gone.
Nothing there. She might seem like she's awake, but she's not coherent. Yeah, when you walked outside. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
that was awesome.
That's Ari. She used the big word on Eli the other day. What word did she use at Dina's on you? Apparently. No. I have to ask Dina. I'm sure she remembers, but it was a really big word. And I was I asked her what she meant, and she told me, and I was like, wow, you didn't learn that in school. So yeah, that's Ari. Everybody say hi to Ari.
Hi, Ari.
Okay.
What about this one?
Yeah, Eli's he's
like, no.
They just sitting here and just... Nope.
He won't talk.
He won't talk. Which is crazy because he was like, I want to be on your podcast. And
he's been on the podcast before.
No.
They're all like nifty. Like you put a microphone from them, they're like.
He was part of the one we did with all the kids.
You always have something to say.
No?
He wasn't. I mean, they were sitting on the floor, but.
I thought he had something to say with it too.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a chirp.
Hey, Eli, remember that $4 you owe me work for? Say hi. Paid. Do it. Do it. No.
Oh, man.
I hope we caught that.
20? No, not 20. Shit.
You better say hi or that $4 is going to be an awful lot of work for you. Not breathe heavy.
He's just going to breathe
Talk.
heavy. I'm like, all right.
Little
Back.
stink.
Portals to hell.
He always
Kansas.
has a lot to say.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So the legends say that these stories have been linked to Stull for more than 100 years, but none of them made it into print until the 1970s. In November 1974, an article appeared in the University of Kansas student newspaper that spoke of a number of strange occurrences in the Stull churchyard. According to the article, Stull was haunted by legends of diabolical, supernatural happenings, and the legends asserted that the cemetery was one of the 2 places on Earth where the devil appears in person 2 times a year. It said that the cemetery had been the source of many legends in the area, stories that have been told and retold for over a century. The piece also went on to say that most students learned of Stull's diabolical reputation from their great, from their grandparents and older individuals, but that many of them claimed firsthand encounters with things that could not explain. They're more missing a
Sounds
word.
weird.
Encounters with things that could not be explained. One student claimed to have been grabbed by the arm by something unseen, while others spoke of unexplained memory loss when visiting the place. Like many other locations of this type, the tales of devil worship and witchcraft also figure strongly into the article. But were the stories actually true?
Hard to say. They'll just say they weren't.
Loss of time has more to do with alien stuff. doesn't
Okay,
it?
so yeah, actually, this new year, me and my brother are going. He's going to be on one of these and this was all his own idea, by the way. So
Wow.
he asked to be on here, so it must have left an impression. But me and him had this weird time lapse thing happen, and I know I talked about it in one of the other episodes. But yeah, first of the year. I mean, this is the first of the
We'll
year.
get
but
to hear his
yeah,
side of it, too.
This is.
And it's not isolated to just one person.
No,
It was both of them.
It was both of us.
Same time, same place, same
Together.
day. Yeah.
And it was so weird. I mean, like saying, we'll have to tell you about it. But that's actually a very Arizona Four Corners phenomenon. It's very specific. It's not like what me and him experienced, the way it worked.
Mm-hmm.
It's very specific to this area. We both did some digging into it, and it's
Isn't
super
that
weird. I
crazy?
mean, there's time lapse stuff all over the world, but not like that.
It's
Well-
heightened or just the way you did it?
Just how it happened.
I would say that one of the big differences, it wasn't just one of you, it was 2 of you at the same time.
Yes.
And like exact same experience.
Experience.
What if that's why we had so many paranormal happenings out there?
I mean, it could be.
Because that was the same place.
Mm-hmm.
The place is scary anyway.
So yeah. Anyway, I mean,
The hills have eyes.
well, I think
Oh,
there's a portal of hell out there, probably.
One of my old coworkers, we had him over before, and that's what he called it, was the hill have eyes.
Oh, out where he lived was fucking creepier than
Oh, I
where we
know.
live.
But you get out on some of these back roads and it can lead to some pretty creepy places.
Oh, it can. So was there more for?
Oh yeah, there's more.
Oh, there's more for
Okay.
Stull.
Stole.
They stole it.
Not according to the residents of Stull, who claim to have never even heard the stories before. They were bemused, annoyed, and downright angered that such things were being said about their town. The pastor of the new church in Stull, located right across the road from the old one, indicated that he believed the stories to be the invention of students of the university. But such stories have a strong hold on people, as evidenced by the reaction to the article that claimed that the devil would appear in Stull Cemetery on the night of the spring equinox and again on Halloween. On March 20th, 1978, more than 100...
Should have gotten a selfie with him.
Right?
I don't know how much of a selfie they would have been able to take in 1978. I mean, there's cameras.
There was Polaroids.
That's fair. Fair enough. On March 20th, 1978, more than 150 people waited in the cemetery for the arrival of the devil. The word also spread that the spirits of those who died violent deaths and were buried there would return from the grave. Unfortunately, the only spirits that showed up that night came in bottles and cans, but they did not stop the stories from spreading.
Bottles and cans.
All through the 1980s and up until today, stories have been told about Stull Cemetery, and as time has passed, most have grown more horrifying and hard to believe. The problem seems to be that the cemetery has a lack of real, documented accounts of strange activity. The weird tales seem to be little more urban legends and secondhand stories from teenagers and college students. One story told of two young men who were visiting Stull Cemetery one night and became frightened when a strong wind began blowing out of nowhere. They ran back to their car only to find the vehicle had been moved to the other side of the highway and was now facing in the opposite direction. Another man claimed to experience the same anomalous wind, but inside of the church rather than in the graveyard. He claimed that the sinister air current knocked him to the floor and would not allow him to move for some time. Incidentally, it is inside of the same church where witnesses say that no rain will fall, even though the crumbling building has no roof. The legends also say that the devil has been appearing here since the 1850s, and insists that the original name of the town was Skull, and that the later corruption of that into Stull was simply to cover the fact that the area was steeped in black magic. It was said that the witchcraft practicing early settlers were so repentant about their past deeds that they changed the name of the town. In truth, the town was called Deer Creek Community until 1899, when the last name of the first postmaster, Sylvester Stull, was adopted as the name of the village. The post office closed down in 1903, but the name stuck. In 1980, an article appeared in the Kansas City Times that added further fuel to the rumors about Stull Cemetery and the abandoned church. The article was quoted as saying that the devil chose two places to appear on Earth every Halloween. One of them was the tumbleweed hamlet of Stull, Kansas, and the other, which occurs simultaneously at midnight, is someplace in the desolate plain of India. Why India?
Because
white
everything
Kansas,
happens in
but
India.
you know.
Because everything happens in India.
The upside down.
The upside down.
It's just a bridge to another world.
Right.
Is India right below us? Or
As a
on?
bridge.
I need a globe. Now I need to know.
Need to see if it's on the other side of Kansas.
Yeah.
That actually would
Wouldn't
be
that be
interesting.
crazy?
I need to know.
From these sites, according to the article, the devil gathers all the people who died violent deaths over the past year for a prance around the earth at the witching hour.
Prance. Can't you see that?
But why in Stull? The article adds that he appears in Stull because of an event that took place in the 1850s, when a stable hand allegedly stabbed the mayor to death in the cemetery's old stone barn. Years later, the barn was converted into a church, which in turn was gutted by fire. A decaying wooden crucifix that still I think that's supposed to be hangs, but it says hands, from one wall is thought to sometimes turn upside down when passerby step into the building at night. The story neglects to mention that, historically speaking, neither the Deer Creek community nor Stull have ever had an official mayor.
That sounds like a whole bunch of made up shit to get people some tourist money going in
Probably.
there. Like everyone likes a little bit of tourist money.
But that
Nothing
doesn't
gets-
sound like the town actually enjoys this. Because, like I said,
I'm surprised
a little bit
your
further down.
fucking weirdo who does Ghost Adventures hasn't been there. Doesn't he have a Ghost Adventure episode on it? You should email him. Be like, hey, go check it
Go
out.
check
Check
this
this
place
out.
out.
Go piss something off. The devil's there. I want a selfie.
It sounds like it is just supposed to be like an urban
could just see
legend
him
made by
going through
college
there.
students.
I know you're there.
If
Like-
nothing was there, he just invited it in.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know what? If I was a fucking bad spirit, hell, even if I wasn't a bad spirit, if I was just a spirit walking by and this motherfucker was in my part of the world,
Instant
like
anger.
fucking yelling shit like he knows me, I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck
That
with you
axe
now.
is not going to miss.
Yeah, like, you know what? I'm gonna turn your shit on, motherfucker. Murder.
Murder.
That's probably what they do. They're like
Murder.
fucking random ass words. They're like, think one word. We gotta think it. Think it together, guys. What's the word? Murder. Murder. Murder.
Oh, there's a whole bunch more on this one, but
Like that will creep him out. Murder.
There is also said to be a grave in the cemetery that holds the bones of a child of Satan who was born of the devil and a witch. So they got it on.
Well, I mean,
The child was so deformed that he only lived for a few days and the body was buried in Stull. Some say that his ghost may walk here, as there supposedly was a photo taken a few years ago that shows a werewolf-like boy peering out from behind a tree.
that's called Photoshop.
mhm.
It gets lonely in hell, man. Like, it's like what you bitches doing?
One of the strangest stories about Stull supposedly appeared in Time magazine, and in parentheses it says it didn't. In either 1993 or 1995, parentheses, depending on the version you hear, this story claims Pope John Paul II allegedly ordered his private plane to fly around eastern Kansas while on his way to a public appearance in Colorado. The reason for this, the story claims, was that the Pope did not want to fly over unholy ground.
Like I say, to me, it sounds like they're stretching it.
Mhm.
They're like, we want to be a Salem witch trial town.
Well, it's funny you should say that. I was looking at the paragraph above what she just read, and there is a tree in the graveyard that is said to be where they used to hang witches.
Oh, and who knows with these people?
The
Like, so
witching
far,
tree.
we can't prove anything.
And it says here local residents are not talking.
And like I said, they have pretty much blocked it off so people can't go in there anymore.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I thought it was interesting. I mean, it's fitting for it to be in Kansas.
Oh, yes, it is.
On March 29th, 2002, the old stone church in the cemetery was mysteriously demolished. A man named Major Weiss, who owned the property, along with two other people who he declined to name, said that he did not authorize the abandoned church to be destroyed.
Well, so it looks like that's all stole, really.
Mhm.
Not.
For the most part,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, there's a little more, but not anything really to write home about. And the next one's the Legend of the Seven Gates of Hell. Is Stull on
Huh.
there? This was
This was in
actually
Pittsburgh.
posted in.
It was updated in November of 25. So
Yeah. No, it was posted in.
Oh. What in the heck? Okay,
Yeah.
look at those dates. I
That
think they
doesn't-
have them
11
mixed
They
up.
have
24 2025, and the last update was 11 20 2025. So how
Which
does
is
that work?
4 days before
We-
it was posted. I think
We
they
went
mixed
back in
them up.
time to update it. Posted it in the future.
It looks like it. It's just. It came to the
It's
gate.
probably supposed to be 20 and then 24.
In the wooded back roads of Hellmouth
Hellum. I don't know,
Hellum?
something like that.
Township, Pennsylvania, a chilling. And see, guys, just so you know, like, we can't even pronounce places where we live. You know what I mean? Like, just because you live in the U.S. doesn't mean you can pronounce some fucking weird ass fucking names
No.
all over this country. Like I grew up in Utah, and one of the names was,
Tooele.
Tooele. And if you looked at how it's spelled, you wouldn't get Tooele out of it, I promise you.
Kind of like the Mogollon
You'd be
Ram.
like Thule, Thule.
Tooele.
Yeah, exactly. Or
Mogollon.
Mogollon.
Mogollon. Like, I still look at that and go, how?
Mogollon. Mogollon.
I think that's how I was pronouncing it until somebody
Same
laughed
here.
at
And
me.
they're like, it's Mogollon. I was like, huh?
Yeah, so trust me, it's not just where you live that we fuck up, it's where we live too.
It's everywhere around us.
Let's see. A chilling legend has taken root, the story of the 7 gates of hell. Local whispers about a hidden path lined with 7 ancient gates, each one a threshold to something darker than the last. It's like Lovecraft.
Pick your door.
The tale claims that anyone who dares pass through all 7 gates will find themselves stepping straight into hell, even though these stories have been discounted by residents and historians as folklore. The legend persists in reports of the eerie, dim woods and the sense that something more mysterious lurks deep in the Pennsylvania heartland. If tales like these fascinate you, uncover more of Pennsylvania's haunted history with Pittsburgh Ghosts.
I'm going to look for it.
What are the 7 gates of hell? The 7 gates of hell are said to be a series of portals hidden along a wooded path in the Hellmouth Township, Pennsylvania, sometimes identified as Old Toad Road, now known as Trout Run Road.
What the
Trout
heck?
Run
Oh, shit.
Old Toad Road and then Trout Run Road.
The legend claims that 7 gates were erected after a catastrophe, either the burning of a nearby asylum or by a reclusive doctor who sought to deter trespassers, according to lore. Only the first gate is visible by day, while the rest appear only at night. Those who pass through all 7 are doomed to vanish or descend into hell itself.
So how do we know this? Who's been through it and came back?
Right?
Somebody must have.
Or who didn't come back. Like, there has to be an explanation one way or the other to even have this.
Like, does it tell us why there's 7?
No.
Well, down below, when we keep reading, it describes each gate. Well, maybe not each gate, but some of them.
Take it away.
History of the 7 gates of hell. The story of the 7 gates of hell is most closely tied to the rural woods of Hellmouth Township in York County, Pennsylvania. Early versions of the tale claim that a small mental asylum once stood on the outskirts of town. When a fire destroyed the facility, the patients escaped into the surrounding forest, and local authorities erected 7 gates to trap the survivors and contain the tragedy. Over time, the gates became symbols of suffering, madness, and ghostly rumors. Another version of the legend replaces the asylum with a single figure, a reclusive doctor who lived in the woods and built the gates along his property line to keep unwanted visitors away. His strange behavior, combined with the remoteness of his home, soon gave rise to darker speculation that the gates were not just fences but barriers between worlds. Despite its longevity, there is no historical record of any asylum in the area. Hellmouth Township officials have confirmed that the asylum never existed and that much of the surrounding land is privately owned. The name Toad Road, a railroad that once existed before flooding and overgrowth consumed it, likely helped fuel the legend's eerie appeal. The area's history is represented by old stone foundations, abandoned mills, and crumbling roads, all of which create an atmosphere of forgotten history and lay the groundwork for haunting stories.
Some of those pictures look pretty creepy.
While there is little tangible documentation supporting the existence of the 7 gates of hell, ghost tales are absolutely part of the folklore of that area. They have been for decades. Locals speak of screams in the woods, mechanical failures near the gates, and shadowy figures that appear and vanish between the trees. These reports, whether the result of suggestion or imagination, have kept the tale alive for generations. At the same time, it is said that there are 7 gates, with 3 of them, Gate 1, Gate 5, and Gate 7, featuring the most prominently in eyewitness accounts and retellings. These gates symbolize the beginning, the point of no return, and the final descent into the unknown. It's creepy.
It is creepy.
Gate 1, the visible gate. The first gate is said to be the only one visible in daylight, often described as rusted iron structure concealed by vines along Trout Run Road. It marks the supposed entrance to the ghostly realm where the journey toward the 7th gate begins. Many local reports describe unexplained mechanical failures near Gate 1. Visitors claim that their flashlights flicker out, car engines die, or cell phone batteries drain inexplicably. I said that weird. Some even report hearing soft footsteps or faint whispers coming from the surrounding woods, despite no one being nearby. Others describe the sound of distant cries or screams, sometimes human, sometimes animal-like, that seem to fade deeper into the trees. These eerie sounds have been linked by storytellers to the spirits of the supposed asylum fire victims, trapped near the first gate and unable to move on. Despite the fear the site inspires, Hellmouth Township officials have emphasized that the area is private property, and most reports of Gate 1's hauntings are anecdotal. Yet, its reputation as the quote-unquote doorway into one of Pennsylvania's most famous legends remains strong.
It sounds like to me Gate 1 is a real gate.
Yeah.
Like, physically, it's there.
Well, it sounds like they're all real gates that he put up.
No, if you read further down,
okay, I haven't gotten there.
The in-between gates seem to not. They are only able to be seen at night or something. They're invisible.
2 to 4 and 6.
Mm-hmm. Gate 5, the point of no return. By the 5th gate, the legend takes a darker turn. Gate 5 is known as the point of no return, said to separate the living world from something far more sinister. Those who claim to have ventured this far describe an unnatural silence, no wind, no rustle of leaves, and an overwhelming sense of dread. Numerous local tales mention that anyone who passes through the 5th gate never comes back. Some versions say that a sudden wave of cold envelops travelers beyond this point. Others describe a pulsing red glow deeper in the forest that disappears when approached. Whether psychological or ghostly, Gate 5's reputation represents the height of the legend, the boundary between curiosity and fear.
Gate 7, the final passage. The 7th gate is the most mysterious and feared. Legend says that anyone who passes through all 7 gates enters hell itself. No one, of course, has ever proven this, and no physical evidence of a 7th gate has ever been documented. But that hasn't stopped generations from speculating. In stories, those who reach the final gate report seeing a faint red light, smelling sulfur or smoke, or hearing agonized screams that fade into silence. Others claim to have experienced vertigo or the sense of being pulled forward by an unseen force.
I wonder how much drugs are involved.
I wonder if it says. Maybe it'd be down further.
Like, how much peyote did you guys take? It's a bad acid trip.
Some locals believe these sounds are echoes from the supposed asylum fire, while others think they represent the final crossing between the living and the dead. The story has also taken on symbolic meaning in Hellmouth Township folklore. Blah. Many interpret the 7th gates not as physical barriers but as spiritual thresholds, each one representing a deeper descent into fear, guilt, or the unknown. Whether metaphor or myth, the 7th gate endures as one of Pennsylvania's most chilling pieces of folklore.
Not necessarily what I thought.
No.
I thought it was going to be like...
Ghost Adventures did go here, though, it looks like.
The 7 gates of hell around the world. Like...
No, these are in one place.
Like, look at this. A giant could step through
It's like the
this
7
gate
wonders of
hell.
the world.
It's like the Stargate.
7 wonders of the world right here in Pittsburgh. Or
I don't know. All right. On to my favorite.
You're like done.
Yeah.
You want to get to the
like,
castle.
That's enough. But what about 2, 4, and 6?
I'm like, well,
Can we read 2, 4, and 6 really quick? And then we'll go. Okay.
All right, read them.
The middle gates 2, 3, 4, and 6 are seldom described in detail. Some stories suggest they are invisible portals that appear only at night, while others interpret them as symbolic stages of transformation. Their mystery contributes to the legend's allure. No one agrees on where they are or what they represent, which keeps the myth alive through uncertainty. Okay, we can go on to your thing.
On to the castle.
You can't leave everybody hanging, about the other gates.
Well, there really wasn't
That's
anything
mean.
about the other gates. Like,
No, but now they know that there's nothing about the other gates.
they're make-believe.
They only appear at night.
Gate of Hell at, I believe it's
Houska?
Houska Castle.
Is this foreign?
Yes.
Yeah, it's in Chechnya. Many legends turn upon the story of the walls of this mystical castle. It has also always lured lovers of secrets. Why was it built on a place with no strategic importance and without any source of water, away from all trade paths, supposedly? Its purpose was to guard a gateway to hell leading through a bottomless well. Local people wanted to fill it with rocks to get rid of evil spirits. However, they were unsuccessful, so they covered the place with thick stone plates and built a chapel over it. Its walls were always moist, even during the terrible drought, since it was chosen by the residents of... Oh, man.
Start over.
Guys. Since it was chosen as a residence by the Nazis during World War II, the evil spirits of this place is obvious.
So when the Nazis become involved, I can believe some shit went down here.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean... And yeah, I realize they investigated some crazy shit. But
Porter to Hell was probably one of them.
What stands out on this particular one was the amount of resources that were sent to this castle. And like, allegedly, everything's allegedly, but there was a whole contingency of men at it, which, you know, I know in the big scheme of things, like in a war, people are like, oh, that's not very many. Well, it is when it's in the butt-fuck middle of nowhere and you have to get these people food. You know what I mean? Like, especially since when they were there was war on so many other fronts that, like, able-bodied men were, you know, in high demand. So to have some there just chilling
seemed out of place with the needs of...
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, allegedly... Now, supposedly, they say that this didn't happen, but I mean, it's hard to say now. Before the Nazis left, they shipped in concrete. All right, and they just pumped it down this thing. Like on top of the slab, I guess. They put the slab back and they just filled the whole fucking thing with concrete.
Sounds familiar.
Now, I mean, yeah, right? Doesn't that sound... It almost sounds like the Montauk Project.
It sure
I'm
does.
just saying, like, and we know from Montauk Project that filling up portals with concrete really fucking works. Like, it really solves that particular problem.
Not here, though.
You know, well, no, I mean, apparently it did.
Oh, it did.
I mean,
I thought it was just a slab on top of it.
Well, they say it is, but according to the Nazis, according to journals that I was reading,
actually filled in.
They had removed that slab and were doing experiments, and then some terrible shit happened. A bunch of guys got killed. Now, they say it was an Allied attack, but really? Way the hell over there? For what purpose? There again, there's no strategic reason to send men there, either direction.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, it's literally, there's nothing worth fighting over where this thing's at.
Well, and Himmler's involved with this place, too, so...
Who?
Himmler?
Himmler.
Yeah. Is that how it's like?
Oh.
Wasn't he the doctor that did all the experiments?
I'm not sure.
I saw it down here, but it's like way down here.
But yes, at least one of these guys was commandeered for some of the MK Ultra experiments. He was one of the scientists for them. So, which ties into the Montauk Project. I'm just saying,
Goes together.
It always.
And the solution was the same between the two.
Yes, it was. And why would that be? Because we had gotten it to work before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that pumping this thing full of concrete
Which
worked.
one came first?
It had to be the castle.
Houska Castle.
The castle?
Yeah.
Because of timing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is Houska Castle haunted? On a forested hill perched on the edge of a limestone cliff stands Castle Houska. This ancient stone structure has for centuries held certain notoriety in the region of northern Bohemia in the Czech Republic. Why have the local people always avoided the castle and the surrounding area, fearing that some evil lurks there? Why is it that so many dead birds are so often found in the castle's inner courtyard? Why was this castle built on a site that was historically covered with an impenetrable woods, not even suitable for hunting, with no nearby borders or trade routes to defend? Why did the Swedish mercenary leader and black magician Oronto decide to make this castle his home and laboratory in 1639? And what was he doing there that terrified the local peasants so much that they assassinated him. Why was Houska Castle occupied by the occult influenced Nazi SS during the Second World War when its location was of absolutely no strategic value? Indeed, Castle Houska has long been a place that inspires a sense of fear and mystery and which raises many questions. Definite answers, however, are few and mostly what is the world?
Conjectural?
It sounds so weird.
Yeah, conjectural.
The legends surrounding the site of Houska Castle are older than the castle itself. There is archaeological evidence of Celtic inhabitation in this area dating back into antiquity, and Slavic tribes migrated here in the 6th century. I feel like we're missing some punctuation. The first known structure existing on the site was a small wooden fort that stood here back in the 9th century. In the same chronicle, oh man, I can't say that name. Small wooden fort mentioned by
Yaklav Hajik.
Say it again.
Yaklav Hajik.
I don't know.
Why are
how
you
to,
looking at me?
I don't know how to treat the little things
I don't know
above
how to
the
treat them
letters.
either. Like, do we treat them like English? Probably not.
Probably not.
Dude, bro.
And that doesn't look like a Y to me. That looks like a V.
Well, it's not really.
I don't
a
think
V
it's either or.
Yeah.
Y'all are wrong.
It's something I can't read. But this person mentioned the castle back in the 9th century. In his extensive Czech chronicle published in 1541. In the same chronicle, Hajek also recounts a legend, the story of a strange crack in the top of the limestone cliff, a hole in the ground unimaginably deep, and reputed to be the source of strange visitations. Oh. Local residents began calling it a hole to hell, and the villagers avoided passing anywhere near it after dark. They believed that strange creatures, half animal and half human, issued forth from the portal to kill livestock and wreak other havoc in the night. They also believed that any person who passed near the site was himself in danger of being changed into one of the creatures of the pit. They attempted to fill the hole with stones, but with no success, as it swallowed everything they dropped down it with no visible effect.
It makes me think of the ranch in Utah.
Oh yeah.
There's supposedly portals where the creatures do come through and stuff. And
Skinwalker Ranch?
Don't say it.
Bruno Ranch?
Yeah. I don't know. It kind of sounds like that, but
that's what it made me think of.
It also made me think of the Hopi ant legend.
Oh, the one we were listening to.
Well, yeah, but they believe that there was people that are still here from ancient times, and they live in the earth, and through the years when the world needs them, they come out and they show us how to
people.
Yeah, what we should be doing, and then they go back in. But according to their legend, they won't be helping the surface people anymore after the last time, whatever that was. So I mean,
I feel like we need to know some more of the story.
Huh?
So I feel like we need to know some more of that story.
Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of made me think of that, because
The
like they
ant
say they come out of the earth, and that, I mean, it sounds like a time dilation between where they live in the earth and where we live, but maybe it's not even in the earth. Like maybe it's literally a gate, like a quantum portal to somewhere else.
And that's the only way we can explain it.
Right.
I need some more information.
So
It's the Ender.
yeah,
There's going to be a lot of Stranger Things references. Yeah.
When it comes to portals.
Yes.
the what? That's not Minecraft. What are you talking about? The Ender portal?
She
I
said
didn't say
Stranger
Ender.
Things.
Oh, what'd you say?
Stranger
The
Things.
Stranger Things.
What'd you say before that? I don't know. I thought you said
I
Ender
don't
something.
know either. No.
Well, it could be another portal.
God.
Oh my god.
I mean,
portal to
it does take
underworld.
you into this hellish place. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. The Nether.
The nether region.
South of the equator.
It's reported that eventually a Duke of Power, Dubaclan, in order to discover the secret behind the mysteries of the supposed gateway to hell, offered a condemned prisoner a full pardon for his crimes if he would complete just one task. He had to consent to be lowered down into the bottomless pit on the end of a rope and report back on what he found there. To this, the man readily agreed, but once he had descended into the opening for quite some distance, there came a long period of silence, and then the convict began screaming uncontrollably from deep within the ground. When the Duke's men pulled the convict back to the surface, they found that his hair had turned completely white, and he was stark raving mad. He died soon after. Some accounts claim that his experiment was repeated more than once with the same results each time.
It reminds me of Borderlands, where you shoot that guy's head off or the helmet or whatever, and it becomes this little skull thing, and he goes crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
That's what it made me think of. Brutes? No. Anyways.
Another very peculiar fact about Houska Castle is that when the square stone structure was originally constructed in the 13th century, it's pretty old, most of its defenses were not facing towards the outside, but were built facing inward towards the inner courtyard of the structure. So supposedly it looked not as if the castle had been built to keep an enemy outside, but rather to keep something inside from getting out. There were no stairs leading from the upper floors of the castle down into the courtyard. This is not evident today because after the 30-year war in the middle 1600s, the castle's tower, moat, and other defenses were dismantled as part of a decree issued by Emperor Ferdinand III to make private castles more accessible and less
defensible.
Defensible, yeah. Oh, man.
That doesn't even make sense to me.
Words are hard.
Words are hard.
It doesn't make sense either.
Private castles more accessible. I thought the point of it being private was it wasn't accessible.
Right, so we put
saying.
we put stairs in. All right, it has to be handicap accessible. I want horse ramps.
Oh my god.
I need an elevator, get
Yeah.
some ropes and
Can't-
pulleys.
These ADA ramps can't be more than 3.5 slope. You know.
Oh my gosh.
Let's just catapult everybody.
Whoa, that's not safe. Damn.
But it would be more fun.
Depends on where you're going, I suppose.
Well, we need to put down a lot of something to land on.
Houska's earthen ramparts were also taken down at that time. Finally, at the beginning of the 18th century, the castle was remodeled into a Renaissance chateau. And then during the communist period, it fell into general despair. Today, it is a relatively unimposing but ancient-looking structure that, in the process of repair and renovation by its current owner,
Yep. Go. Do it.
Tremura Simonek and Blanca Hoovera. I know, I'm not even close. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, people. As the first Gothic-style castle known to exist here, Hrad Houska was constructed between 1270 and 1280, during the reign of King Oktar II, when the castle was built. The crack in the limestone was covered with thick stone plates, and the castle's chapel was constructed on top of it in order to seal the hole to hell. The chapel was then dedicated to the Archangel Michael, the leader of God's armies in the fight against the hordes of hell.
Faded frescoes on the chapel's walls, some of the oldest found in Europe, which date back to the early 1400s, depict Michael in two scenes. In one, he is fighting a dragon, a symbol of evil, and in the other scene, he holds a sword in one hand and a set of scales in the other and is weighing the souls at the Last Judgment. Depicted also are scenes of the crucifixion and St. Christopher, but what is strange about the chapel frescoes is that on one of the walls can be seen a figure unlike any other found in the other paintings of the time. Here we see a creature with the upper body of a woman and lower body of a horse, holding a bow in her right hand and with her left aiming an arrow at a human figure. Not only is it exceedingly unusual to find a representation of a centaur, a creature of pagan mythology, adorning the walls of a church, but it is also the only known extant picture of a left-handed female archer. In the Middle Ages, left-handedness was associated with Satan, and researchers believe that this picture was linked to the stories of half-human animals which were believed to emerge from the gateway to hell buried beneath the chapel's floor. The entrance to the underworld is not the only legend attached to Castle Houska. As previously mentioned, in the 17th century, at the time of the 30 Years' War, during a period when the Castle Houska stood empty, it was chosen by a Swedish rogue commander of brigands and mercenaries, Oranto, as his headquarters. Oranto was also reputed to be a black magician and alchemist who performed unsavory experiments in the castle. Not only this, but during the time of Oranto's occupation, his soldiers became a terror to local village people, until at last 2 hunters, willing to risk the consequences, snuck up to Houska in the middle of the night and shot Oranto through a window, supposedly as he was working in his laboratory to discover the elixir of eternal life.
It's just like in Harry Potter. More people died from freaking knives than they did magic. You know what I mean? Like, good arrow in somebody and just...
You dead.
It just solves that. Yep. Like, I may not have magic, but I got this here bow. It works pretty good. It's like magic.
They always seem to be.
Like abracadabra, twang, you're dead, you know?
Shit, man.
A couple of hundred years later, in 1836, during a walking tour of the region, Czech poet Karel Hynek Mácha spent a night at Houska, and supposedly in his dreams, he was visited by a terrible vision that he later recounted in a letter to his friend Edward Hindle. Mácha described his soul descending into the pit and then being transported into a hellish mechanized future, Prague 2006, where he wandered in horror and despair.
Oh, you know what? They actually made a game about that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the name of it right now, but...
Among other unnerving experiences in the vision, Mácha wrote that he met a girl who showed him moving pictures in a small casket, and that in the darkness he walked among high sandstone cliffs, riddled with holes that projected an eerie yellow light, uncannily similar to modern...
What?
Some weird word I can't pronounce because... Yeah.
Sidliste. I don't know.
The enormous blocks of flats which in the present day loom above the outskirts of Prague. And remember, Mácha was recounting all of this in 1836. So how did these visions of the future emerge from his subconscious? Was it only a dream? Or is it possible that he was actually transported ahead of time? It is also known that the German SS took over Houska Castle during the Nazi occupation of Czechoslovakia from 1939 until 1945. It is not, however, known precisely what they were doing there, as, in typical SS fashion, they destroyed all records and all evidence of their activities when German forces retreated from Bohemia in the face of the advancing Russian and American armies. The castle was of no strategic significance whatsoever to the German war effort or occupation, and given the known facts of the occult philosophies underpinning Heinrich Himmler's SS and Nazism generally, coupled with the knowledge that Hitler channeled significant resources into researching the discovery of supernatural weapons to use against the Allies, it's not unreasonable to propose that the SS's reasons for occupying the castle were related to the experimental research regarding the castle's occult connections and the legendary gateway to hell.
It's also been proposed that Houska was one of the SS secret breeding farms, a location where young women of acceptable blood were given stud service by able-bodied SS troopers.
Gross.
In the ongoing effort to breed the master race. Stud service. Well, you know, I'm like half German.
Brave.
Just so you guys know.
Well, I guess you definitely introduced your stud service.
Several
kids later.
I'm just saying, like... Let's see. Whatever its significance to the Nazis, after the war it was necessary to clear the castle area of landmines, and that is also one of the reasons why the current owners will not allow any excavations inside the castle to determine the existence of the supposed bottomless crack in the limestone, for fear of the possible existence of undiscovered German explosives. And still, the legends surrounding Houska Castle do not end there. A
Perusal?
Is that perusal?
Well, yeah, peruse
Oh,
of
here we
several
go.
internet sites. Perusal.
Perusal of several internet sites and blogs reveal that even modern-day visitors to the castle claim to have unexplained experiences of all sorts, followed by...
Instances.
Yeah. I know. I have cracks on my screen. I was moving it. Instances of extremely bad personal luck when they leave the premises. Some people say they feel an irresistible aversion to entering the building in the first place. One of them is Hannah McGee, owner-operator of McGee's Ghost Tours in Prague. When she and company co-founder Tyler McGee made their first visit to the castle last winter, accompanied by their dogs, Hannah said that she felt an extreme uneasiness when she came into the courtyard. Apparently, she wasn't the only one to experience the bad vibes, because soon the McGee's dog, Bobo, began barking and becoming very excited, and nothing visible to provoke him. Mr. McGee described the feeling of being followed or watched by a predatory being during their entire tour of the premise. Later that day, upon returning to Prague, the McGees parked their car in the city center and left it there while they did their nightly ghost tour. When they returned a little more than an hour later, the vehicle had vanished. The police found it within a couple of hours, already stripped of its valuables and completely trashed.
Many other people who have spent the night in the castle have other stories to tell, and Houska serves as a meeting place for the experts on the occult, UFOs, and paranormal phenomena of all kinds, and is the site of numerous conferences and events. Some of these people say that Houska may be built according to principles of sacred geometry, and consequently may be a portal for teleportation or time travel. All in all, there are many theories and bizarre stories about this legendary Gothic structure and its surroundings, and some of them have more evidence to back them up than others. As the tour guide at Castle Houska will tell you at the end of your visit there, choose for yourself in what to believe.
Well, and like I say, so I guess what holds my attention with it
The Nazi part of it
is how long they were there.
Mm-hmm.
They were there the whole war. Pretty much the whole fucking time. One of the declassified files I read for the CIA shit names 2 scientists that were from the Houska Castle thing, and they wanted them specifically because they had been researching that, even though allegedly it doesn't actually exist there. I don't know. Like I say, that I guess it's really what holds my attention with it, is that unlike other places, like the Nazis had other places that they believed there was supernatural stuff, but as resources became harder and harder to come by or to move or whatever, like they abandoned those places. But they didn't abandon that place until they absolutely had to. Like, I don't know. And then you hear about like
Suspicious.
the Montauk project, and like it really sounds like Houska Castle. Like, I mean, it makes me wonder if they maybe had tried opening a quantum gate there, like duplicating whatever naturally was occurring there.
Ooh, have you looked at pictures of the inside?
Mm-hmm. Apparently now, because they did take down all of its defensive capabilities, like you can't tell whether it was meant to keep people in or out, but I don't know.
You said all the defenses were on the inside, though, too.
Right, but like I say, they've also all been supposedly dismantled.
It looks a lot like a church.
At the same time that they were making it more handicap accessible.
What?
Can't have someone run around in a wooden wheelchair and impale themselves. Like, fuck, man.
So, according to Google, it just automatically comes up with this, the AI thing about the interior. It says, hunting trophies, armor, and a vaulted cellar with demonic carvings, and Satan's office featuring an iron throne.
Creepy.
All adding to its reputation as a place meant to contain evil rather than protect from the outside invaders.
Like I say, it's very interesting. The Nazis did destroy their records there, but there's accounts from soldiers that were supposedly stationed there that they had the same thing. They had obviously tried putting people down there and
Had them go crazy.
come out with similar results. like they would consistently send more men there
Interesting.
because people were getting killed mysteriously.
Putting them down the hole.
No, it had nothing to do with the hole. Like
Okay.
something had crawled out of the hole
Did
and was
it?
taking them
and was killing some of the soldiers.
You've done a lot of research on this.
Yeah,
anyway.
and it's actually, you have to really dig for it. Like,
Mhm.
whew.
Well, because Nazis burned everything.
Well, that, and you've got conspiracy theory on
That's
top
fair.
of conspiracy theory with a little bit of history, with a little bit of facts. Like, it's really hard. You really got to dig through it to sift through what's just made up and what's actually there. But
And it says it lacked basic amenities like a kitchen or a well. So they would have had to figure out how to cook, where to cook, and
How to
they'd
get water
get
there.
water there.
right,
Yeah.
and there is no natural water
No.
in the region it's in, and that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many things
reasons to
about
not
it.
be
Yes,
there.
yes,
But we
like,
stayed there the whole war.
Yes. And there's so many reasons not to build it in the fucking first place. And from what I was reading about the original Duke or whatever who built it, like, it was a huge hardship. Like,
Sounds like it.
the
I mean,
nearest stone quarry is a long freaking ways away. Like, there was just no natural building materials there for it. Everything had to be moved to it. Like, it was a big undertaking for somewhere that didn't matter. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like it was protecting something. It wasn't.
not as it was viewed by other people,
Right.
but now we know.
Right. There was no strategic reason to put that kind of resources in to that one spot. So, I don't know. Like I say, that's always what draws me to it.
Wow.
And, I mean, I read some other people's comments or whatever, you know, and they're like, oh, they're probably just stupid or they believe in this and that. I'm thinking, well, maybe.
By the way, while I'm thinking about it, I'm wrong. Himmler was not the doctor. That was Mengele. Mengele? Himmler was one of Hitler's main military guys.
Right. And the fact that he was
There?
you know what I mean? Like, that was his baby.
Cause to question.
That was his focus.
And the outside feature of the castle's interesting. Like, the article only showed that one lower
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, but
the
it's strange.
picture.
And it's actually, yeah,
Like,
it's strange. And the inside, at least from what I was reading, I guess they've remodeled it, and we read that already a couple
Mhm.
times. But in its original format, the bottom floors, which would have been the floors where things could have come out of the pit or whatever, they were a freaking maze. Unless you knew the code to get through it, it was really hard to get from
Point A to point
the
B.
courtyard up and, you know.
Well, it doesn't even look like there's really any way into the courtyard. I mean, there might be now. There's doors and stuff, but
Right, but it didn't used to be.
But I mean, it is definitely a viewing pit.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Yeah. So originally, there wasn't supposed to be any way in there besides from rope from the top. No ladders, no nothing. Now, like that article said, they did put stairs in modernly, but that is not how it was originally built. And you can tell,
Mhm.
like in the pictures, I mean,
You can.
you're like, oh,
absolutely.
wow, we cut those in. Like,
It
that
was
that
a
is not naturally,
It was a
part of its,
viewing deck.
yeah, part of its architecture.
hmm
Right, which, like I say, just why do you go to that much trouble? You know, like, that's a lot of trouble. That's a lot of hardship. That's a lot
Because Montauk project in another country.
Well, we see. I mean, I wonder if it's like a naturally occurring thing, like the space between our dimension and another dimension. Like, we're talking quantum realm, you know.
hmm
Like, for whatever reason, either because of magnetism or energy or whatever, like in that spot, that very one pinpoint hole,
Yeah.
it's thin. I don't know. And if you were going from one dimension to the next, like, it could have some really adverse effects on your body. Like,
Gotcha.
like especially if you weren't going all the way through. So, like,
Maybe they wouldn't have been so crazy
If
they
they'd
had
just
gone
fallen through
all-
it.
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
If they had enough speed built up,
Well, I mean,
that
it's
they just-
bottomless pit. You would have had enough speed to go through.
well, that they just passed through it. Instead, they're on a rope.
Being lowered.
And so maybe they're just stuck in this in between, this this purgatory, if you will, between the two realms. And I mean, who knows? Like, it could be, I don't know.
Interesting. Lots of things to continue to look at with that one, I feel like.
There's a lot to it. Like I say, I spent a lot of time researching it. It's crazy. And the more you research it, the more you're just like, wow, this thing's so weird. For when it was built.
And you've talked about before just how occultish the Nazis were in general.
Oh, yeah.
And why were they there? Maybe there was a purpose. They were after something.
Well, and like I've said before, and that's very easy to just write them off as, crazy or whatever. They'll believe in anything. Okay, well, tell you what. It's just a damn miracle that we're not speaking freaking German, guys. Okay? Like, seriously, if they had developed the nuclear bomb first, and actually we stole some of their research to develop the one that we had. I mean, we did end up cracking the final piece of it, but there was a good portion of it that they had already designed that we just stole. Yeah, we would be speaking German. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, they had advancements that we didn't. I mean, we're talking jet engines, missiles, like all that. Like, they made those, right? Had huge jumps in technology.
And that had something to do with the artifacts that he was after, wasn't it?
Well, and yeah, I mean, I can't help but think that, I mean, maybe...
He wasn't just an archaeologist to be an archaeologist.
Well, but maybe they weren't, I mean, whether we call it occult or aliens or whatever, like, I mean, let's just say that, like, take the pyramids. Like, we don't know how the pyramids were built. Well, maybe there is remnants of whatever was used to build those still here, if you knew where to look. Like, if you really knew where to dig, you might find, the tractor they used, or a piece of it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I know what you're saying. Finding a piece of that old.
Right. Could really jumpstart you. And I'm not even talking, like, it wouldn't even have to work. It would just have to change how you thought about things.
Something, yeah.
And in that period, there was a lot of changing how people thought about technology and what was expected out of machines.
Oh, the Terminator just came to mind.
Huge. It was just this shift in thinking.
The Terminator came to mind because they find that chip off the first movie.
Right.
And it's that chip that they use to make the robots later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of the same mentality.
But I don't know. I personally believe that.
I personally feel like there's a lot more to look into with that.
I believe the Nazis found things. I do. Like, they were so single-mindedly focused.
They were ferrets.
That if anyone was going to find something that had been missed,
it would
have been them. Now, granted, maybe did they get to dig all of it up? Did they get to do whatever? Probably not. But it's like
they knew where to go.
Yeah, it's like Antarctica. I mean, they were all over that too. They had stuff that they were hardcore investigating there, and
why? Because there's nothing there either.
Right. They believed they had found, the birthplace of humanity, the Garden of Eden. Of course, it's always been said to be in Africa, supposedly. I don't know. There's a lot.
There is a lot. Where to start? I guess Houska Castle is where we're starting.
And like I say, I guess thought it was interesting how it had a lot of similarities to the Montauk Project.
Right down to how you fixed the problem.
Yeah. When the problem got out of control, like,
we just filled it in with cement that was not easy to ship in there, I imagine.
No, or cheap.
Yeah.
And I mean, for people that were under the gun for finances, I mean, Germany was hemorrhaging money for the war effort. It did matter.
And exploring.
Well, it sounds like it hasn't been an isolated event.
No, like
there's always been creepy, weird people.
The Nazis were the last ones to be there.
Yeah, that were investigating the pit.
Yeah. I want more information. Do you have more information over there, Rana? No? Pictures?
No, it's pretty much all the same stuff.
Yeah, like I said, it's really hard to find. It's really hard to find some of that other stuff I was talking about. In fact, the German scientist part, I didn't even find researching the castle. I found that researching MK Ultra and some of the declassified stuff with it, and they were mentioned in one of those. So
He's also a ferret. He's very single-minded when he gets attached to something.
I am.
He needs to find out all the
I'm
information.
like obsessive about things when I lock on, as our oldest would say.
Your oldest would say as he's buffering.
It's locked on. All right. Well, I think that pretty much finishes up Portals to Hell.
For now, I want more information on that castle.
Yeah, like I say, the castle's my favorite for lots of reasons.
Well, it's got so much history there.
And there's been so many people have a real interest in it, like say like the Nazis. Like, I mean, they put their money where their mouth was with it. But anyway, well, thank you for tuning in for Strangescape Encounters. If you have a, creepy encounter that you want to tell us about or have us talk about,
We all
email
all
us
ears.
or leave it in the comments and we'll do it.
Yes.
So thanks for tuning in, and until next time.
Until next time.
Bye.
I feel like you need a